So hi, I'm Kyle, and I graduated from University of Texas School of Law in the spring of 2020. So great semester to graduate. And currently, I'm the managing member for Scholati LLC. Yeah. So as a managing member at Scholati LLC, what I am is in many ways, I'm just a co-founder. I'm a co-founder at a small tech company, and we're working on revolutionizing how students learn, specifically in the graduate school context. And so as far as scope of responsibilities, I mean, everything, everything from designing the product to marketing to employment decisions to budgeting and finance and raising capital. Everything's in my bailiwick with my partner, Jackson. And so, we everything business wise is what we do. And most exciting though is what we're building. Like I said, we're a small tech company that's trying to revolutionize how students are learning. And so the most exciting thing we've been doing is building our application. And what it is we've taken cognitive science and systems thinking and technology and kind of blended them all together to build this first of a kind web app that helps students to study faster and more effectively. We like to say we're enhancing their learning velocity because we have both speed and a direction there. And so it's been an incredible process. It's been incredible working with Jackson. And it's interesting too, because we're trying to rethink what students do and how to improve it in this revolutionary way. So that's I say that's what we do and the most exciting work that I've gotten to do so far. Yeah, so my time at the University of Texas School of Law was instrumental in my work now with Scholati. And it's directly relevant in two important ways. The first one is that what we're doing now is really a natural outgrowth of my student experience. I prototyped the system that we're building into a web application. I prototyped that as a student at UT Law, and it worked out well for me. Not because I'm smart or anything, just because I used this system. I used these ideas to just study more effectively. And so really a lot of our research in what we're doing now as a company directly stems from my time as a student and the data that I collected there in my student experiences. So the second way that my JD has been instrumental in my journey with Scholati is that it's made me very sensitive to where legal issues intersect with business issues. And so as you're starting a new business, obviously you want to sell to as many customers as you can right away. And for many folks, that means trying to sell to a national or even an international audience right away. The problem with that is that every jurisdiction out there has regulations you need to comply with. And so one of the big ones is sales tax. And so it's easy for your local coffee shop who has the same address and they don't move around to comply with their sales tax obligations, because that's one taxing jurisdiction that they have to figure out the solution to. But there's 11,000 taxing jurisdictions in the United States. And so you have to think about how to sell to that audience and stay in compliance with local tax laws. And so one of the ways you can do that is by controlling the growth of your business. So that way you're always staying in control. Or what you can do is you can look for technological or other solutions to ensure that you're able to reach a broad audience while meeting all of your regulatory obligations. And so law school was instrumental in helping me to identify not only the answers to the known unknowns, but also trying to figure out what those unknown unknowns are. So that way we're always operating in the green, so to speak. Yeah, so I was very lucky to get connected to an amazing mentor in law school. His name's Patrick. And one of the things Patrick told me early on in our mentorship relationship was that in his time in the state legislature, he never saw anyone who was good at being a good family man, being a good provider for their family, and then also being a good legislator all at the same time. And so that's specific to being a state legislator. But the broader lesson that Patrick was trying to convey to me is just more simply stated as less is more. You can't do everything at a high level of excellence. You have to make hard choices. And that is very apparent if you want to be successful in law school. Like, there are so many things you can spend your time on. There's great student organizations. There are great journals. You can connect with professors. You can do all sorts of networking. And oh, by the way, let's not forget about grades, right? And so there's just all this stuff you can do in law school to have a rich and rewarding student experience. And once you leave law school, your opportunities multiply exponentially. And so it's very important, both in law school and once you're out, to really focus on the core competencies that you want to develop, the things that you can be number one or number two at, so that way you're not spreading yourself too thin. And so I'd say that something that's been instrumental to me in starting with that conversation with Patrick is just understanding that less is more, both in school and in life. Yeah. So I will say that a key lesson coming out of the military that I've taken with me as I've navigated my career, both in law school and out, is that relationships matter. And it all started with a mentor of mine named Jason Pieri. He's now a colonel in the U.S. Army. And his core idea is actually pretty simple. And that's, at the early stages of your career, what's most important for you to move on and continue to move up the career ladder, so to speak, are your technical skills. So as an infantry rifle platoon leader early in the Army, for me, that was how to employ my soldiers in combat, where to place my machine guns, how to plan a raid. And as a law student, it was, how to read cases and how to, write persuasive briefs. And so, those are your technical skills. But as you look at folks who have been successful in their careers, as they move up, what you find is that there's eventually an inflection point about mid-career where all of a sudden, it's not that their technical skills don't matter, but what becomes much more important are their relationship skills, the relationships they've built over time, and their networks and who they know and the depth of those relationships. And so, just to extend the military analogy, the commander-in-chief is the president of the United States. And I've got to tell you, President Biden probably doesn't know how to employ a machine gun, but that's okay because he's the president. What matters is his ability to be persuasive with the Joint Chiefs of Staff, his ability to interface with combatant commanders and other leaders across the world. It's his relationship skills. And it's true in every profession out there, whether the military, the law, or in business. If you want to move up, what matters at the end of the day are your relationship building skills and your ability to have productive working relationships with other folks. Because there's only so many hours in the day. You can only do it yourself for so long before you need more help.